Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the evening session. Day 8 of 28 Days to a New Consciousness begins right now, hosted here live on the Awaken the World page. And I am Garen, or at least that's the label I'm currently using. I see Janet is here. Hello, Janet, and we love your updated symbol. By the way, your icon. We love seeing that new icon you have there. And Kim, hello, Kim. Nice to see you too. I really appreciate all the time and effort you guys put into the posts that you put up. We see them on our page. We see some of them in the group, and we find that they're well thought out and they have purpose and that they speak. And this is what it's all about. And that's the purpose of this 28 Days to a New Consciousness as well. The idea is that in reality, no matter what we do, raising our consciousness is the only thing that's going to fix anything we perceive as wrong, okay? And let's just be clear about what that means. It is impossible for us to take someone and to force them into a higher level of awareness. It is simply impossible. I see that Sanya, and please forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, is here this evening. Nice to see you as well. Welcome. So very welcome. So this is, and David, nice to see you as well, David. Well, this is awesome. So many people here tonight. Okay, for the sake of brevity, I apologize if I haven't said hi to you yet, but a very hearty hello and namaste. I see the truth of your being, that shard of the divine within you of creation. So, let's get right on topic. What we talked about this morning was how in our everyday lives we can look and see that whatever the person that we're dealing with, whatever the experience we're having with that individual, we can perceive that perhaps they're operating at a lower level of consciousness. They could be very angry or upset. And what can we do about that? Well, we can realize that we were there once too. There is so many truths buried in this that I could spend all night talking about it, and it's really exciting to talk about. But, here it is. You, and when I say you, I'm not talking about your current egoic identity, but you as that wonderful manifestation of creation itself, of that sea of consciousness of God, has manifested life after life after life, each one with a unique perspective, a unique point of view that only you in all of creation could deliver. That's how unique you are and how special you are. You are of one of a kind. Here's the deal. Everyone else is a one of a kind mirror of creation back unto itself. And our evolution is one of growth. It is not one of falling backwards. It may appear that we fall backwards in a life, but this is never the case. It is impossible. Experience itself is growing you forward. So the murderer, the rapist, the Donald Trumps, and don't say his name 5 times because he may appear. Those in the world that we would look at and judge, and we are judging them, and as long as we're not condemning them, we can look and observe and say, well, you know what? This is the unconscious behavior I'm observing. I'm observing that your words and deeds aren't really lining up. We can look at these people and realize that in one life or another, we were at that level of consciousness too. And since we are all part of that divine, and as a matter of fact, all of that divinity is just one, disguising itself in mirrored form, how then do we choose to treat ourselves in that lowered consciousness state? Because there's part of ourselves in that murderer too, and I know that can be really hard to accept. but God resides there. That sea of consciousness is still looking out and gathering the experience of that individual in the way that we observe. This allows you to find much more compassion in your day. It also allows you to take a step back from yourself and realize that there is nothing to do and nowhere to go. That your experiences alone, your own creative intent, is enough to shape a beautiful life for you and to provide the growth that you wish. We can offer this to others through us by seeing others as ourselves and saying to ourselves, meeting myself in this lower state of consciousness, I can't remember what it was like, but I didn't like it. How can I serve myself best right now? Do I meet anger with anger and rage with rage and fall into the same unconscious state? Guilty as charged many times. Or can I recognize myself in that other and rise above it? You know, I want to talk just a brief moment more about past lives and regarding the magnificence of our existence, okay? Because we're limited to linear constraints within our egoic sense of self, our mind, you know, we think of time as a progression of one day to the next, to the next, to the next. And please forgive me if I'm not getting to any comments. Kelly will let me know if there's something important, because I can't see the scrolling screen of comments right now. But if we can accept just for a moment that time is actually an illusion, the only place it holds relative value, of course, is here in this relative plane. And there's really two different types of time we talk about. There's psychological time, which is time to get to the next meeting. And then there's the ticking clock sort of time. Neither one of those are real, but they offer us value in the relative world. That's great. But as far as what we truly are goes, that which you truly are is having the experience of every one of its various manifestations of what we would call lives simultaneously. That is why the mystics, the spiritual texts, and the wisdom traditions in all the major religions make us very aware that whatever we do in this existence heals both the past and changes the future. How is that possible? The only way it's possible is because it all happens right now. What a gift. This is the driving force. We're not here to have lessons per se. We're here for the experience of co-creating creation. The more we evolve towards that same state of, it blows me away every time, pure love and compassion. The more we heal the collective past and make way for a new future. Sorry, it blows me away every time. I lately, especially, I just get the mantra meditation we're going to do tonight. I've never done that with you before. It's a beautiful, special mantra. My issue is that this mantra is like the highest form of worship, and I typically fall apart, turn into a puddle on the ground. So we'll see how that goes. That's going to be here later this evening. So I hope this has been beneficial tonight. I hope that it serves you, and I hope to see you at our meditation. And I truly desire that you allow yourself to awaken, because that's the goal. Every day, become more and more aware, to allow the limitations to slip off and the truth of what you are to become brilliantly apparent. Namaste.